Before his death, Don Rickles exposed the truth about Johnny Carson, and what he revealed was a fascinating, bittersweet glimpse into the life of a man the world thought they knew but never fully understood. Known as the King of Late Night, Carson commanded American television for 3 decades, shaping comedy, culture, and conversation with his unmatched wit and smooth delivery on The Tonight Show. For years, Rickles, nicknamed Mr. Warmth for his biting insult comedy, was one of Carson's most frequent and beloved guests, and their on-air chemistry became the stuff of legend, with Rickles' unfiltered jabs and Carson's dry, quick comebacks delighting millions of viewers. Yet Rickles admitted that behind the cameras, Carson was a far more complicated and enigmatic figure. While audiences saw the charming, affable host who seemed comfortable in every situation, Rickles revealed that Carson was, in private, a deeply introverted man who often kept others at arm's length, even his closest friends. Rickles described moments when Carson, despite being surrounded by fame and adoration, seemed profoundly lonely, retreating into himself once the applause faded and the lights dimmed. According to Rickles, Carson's brilliance came from that very duality. He could channel his sharp observational humor into unforgettable monologues and interviews. Yet he rarely let anyone see the vulnerable side of the man who carried the weight of being America's nightly companion. Rickles spoke of Carson's perfectionism, his demand for excellence not only from himself but from everyone around him, which sometimes made him distant or difficult, but also fueled the standard of quality that defined The Tonight Show. At the same time, Rickles acknowledged Carson's generosity, recalling private moments where the host went out of his way to support colleagues financially or personally without ever seeking recognition. Still, the greatest truth Rickles revealed was the toll Carson's fame exacted on his personal life, his multiple failed marriages, his struggles with trust, and the emotional walls he built to protect himself from betrayal and disappointment. Rickles confessed that he wished Carson had allowed himself more joy outside of work, that he had opened his heart more freely to friends who genuinely cared for him. But Carson remained guarded to the end, a man who gave laughter to millions while keeping his own sorrows hidden. Despite this, Rickles never wavered in his admiration, emphasizing that Carson's genius was unparalleled and that his impact on American comedy was immeasurable. He credited Carson with giving comedians like himself the platform to thrive, noting that a spot on The Tonight Show could launch a career overnight. What Rickles wanted fans to understand was that Johnny Carson was not the untouchable legend people placed on a pedestal, but a flawed, fragile, and deeply human man who used his humor as both a shield and a gift. By exposing this truth before his own death, Rickles ensured that Carson's legacy would not be remembered merely as a late-night icon, but as a complex figure whose personal struggles made his contributions to comedy and television all the more remarkable.